Peter warned that unlearned men and the unstable would wrestle with the writings of Paul to their own destruction as they do the other scriptures. And that warning is for you. Paul in no way in Romans 14 is abolishing or disannulling any of the commandments or any of the covenants of promise. What Paul is teaching us is that to the brethren, that's who he's talking to. The brethren. And the brethren are those who are in covenant. They keep the 10 Commandments, they eat clean, and they fulfill the royal law. And so you make this smart, wise guy comment about me being the weaker brother, as if that's some type of insult. But I am a brother, but not a brother to you. I'm a brother of Paul. He's writing to me and my brothers who keep the covenants of promise. And we've had our senses exercised to discern the difference between good and evil. But you haven't, because you don't keep the 10 Commandments and you don't eat clean. And so Isaiah chapter 66 says that you're going to be destroyed. When tribulation kicks off, you're going to be destroyed because you're a swine eater. And the scriptures tell us that you don't have the Holy Spirit of truth given to those that keep the 10 Commandments, including the seventh-day Sabbath from dawn to dawn. John chapter 14, verses 15 through 26. Because you don't have the Holy Spirit of truth, the second comforter, you can't discern spiritual things. And so here you are leaning on your own understanding, making a wise guy remark, and it is just adding sin to sin on your part. I was sent to warn you, and I'm doing that faithfully. You must keep the 10 Commandments. You must eat clean. And you must fulfill the royal law. Once you come to the knowledge of the truth, you have to share it with others. That's what loving your neighbor is. Loving your brother and loving your neighbor are the same thing. Leviticus chapter 19, verses 15 through 18. Specifically chapter 19, verse 17. It lines up with Matthew chapter 22, verse 39. To love your neighbor is like unto loving God with all your heart, soul, and strength, because you're to love your neighbor by teaching them the 10 Commandments. First, you got to be keeping them yourself. And so Romans 14 is talking about those who are weaker in faith. In other words, they don't trust that they're going to be able to digest some piece of meat. But it's all talking about clean foods. Even the herbs must be clean. You wouldn't go and eat a thorn bush or poison ivy, just as you wouldn't eat a ravenous bird or sewer rat. Sewer rat might taste like pumpkin pie, but I wouldn't know because God said not to eat it. And God said not to eat swine either. And don't eat that shellfish. Don't eat those bottom-feeding sea creatures that are there to keep the earth, to keep the oceans clean.